All right, so we've got ourselves signed up for Scratch. Now what can we do with it? Well, once again, we can talk about the fact that there's this menu up at the top that allows you to create or explore or discuss, or it allows you to get help. If you explore, you're looking at other people's projects and you're seeing what other people have done with Scratch. If you go to discuss, you are in a forum where you can look up questions and ask questions of other users. Create is where we want to be. So we're going to create. We're going to click on Create, and it will take you to the editor for the program. And you'll notice that we have our name up here in the upper right-hand corner. That shows that we're logged in, so that when this saves, it will actually be saved in our cloud folder that they give us. So we have a menu set up here. If you click on File menu, you can see that you can make a new project. You can save the project that you're working on. You can make a copy of the project that you're working on. You can go to your My Stuff, which is basically all the files you've worked on. You can upload a file or a project from your computer, or you can download a project to your computer. The last one, Revert, means to change back to the last saved version, so it undoes all the changes since the last time you saved it. The next menu over is Edit, which allows you to undelete. It also allows you to change the size of the stage so that it's smaller, which gives you more room for scripts. You can find Tips. Tips is probably the most important besides File, because when you hit Tips, you can see over here on the right-hand side, you have a list of all the commands and every block, how you can do different things with Scratch. If you hit X, it goes away and you now still have more of the script window. The next thing over is the Duplicate button. If you hit Duplicate, it's like a cloning stamp, and then if you click on the sprite that you want to duplicate, it makes a new copy. The Scissors is a delete, so if you click on something you've made, it will delete that from there. You have a Grow and a Shrink button, which allows you to make your characters bigger or smaller. And finally, you have a Help button. And the Help button will help by explaining what each block does when you click on the block. So that's the menu at the top. The next part of the window that we want to talk about is this upper left-hand portion here. This is called the stage. This is where everything happens in your movie. This is where your actors or your sprites will do whatever commands you give them. It's also a background. Right here you'll see that it has a title, so you should title any program you do. So you put it there, and then when you save this, it will save with the project name Hello World. You'll also notice two little icons, a green flag and a red stop sign. The green flag tells you to start the program. We'll see what it means later on when we start talking about scripts. The red stop sign tells you to stop all scripts, stop the program completely. You also have a button over here, and if you click that, you end up going to a full screen. Click this again, and you go back to your basic editor. The next section that I want to talk about is what's called the Sprite Corral. Scratch works on the idea of using sprites or little drawings to control your movie. This is where you hold all of your sprites until you're ready to use them. You'll notice that it has a stage, and that stage you can change. You can choose different stages, backdrops. You can make your own, or you can upload or take a picture to get your backdrop. The same thing is true with sprites. You can add sprites from the library. They have a large selection of characters that you can play with. You can paint your own if you want, or you can upload a picture, or you can take a picture with a digital, like a webcam. This section is where we will see all of your different actors throughout the project. The next section is called the palette. And the palette is here where all of your buttons are. And where all of your blocks, not buttons, where all your blocks are. You'll notice at the top that there are different categories for each type of block. Each type has different, they're categorized. So motion, obviously, how do you want to move or change the position of your sprite? Looks, for example, is do you want the sprite to say something, or do you want to change its costumes? You'll also notice up at the top that there are 3 tabs: scripts, costumes, and sounds. We'll be getting into more of these as we go, but let's look at these just really quick. Costumes are the different looks that a character can have. So, for example, the cat has 2 costumes. This doesn't mean that there's 2 characters on the screen. It just means that there are 2 different ways that this actor can look. Sounds are sounds that are attached to this actor or this script. You can record new sounds. You can look up something from the library, or you can upload your own sounds. The last section of the window that we want to talk about is the most important. This is called the scripts window, or the scripts panel. And the scripts panel is where you keep all of your commands that you want that sprite to follow. Everything that you want to tell the sprite to do has to go in this window. If you don't put the block into the window, then the sprite won't do that action. So, this is the general layout for every project when you start. Hopefully this will help a little bit. We're going to talk about some of the different blocks and how they work.